relatively well, considering all things, considering how many layups they smoked, how many threes they missed, how many offensive rebounds they gave up. 23? That's a lot.
It's too many.
That's a lot. Yeah, I mean, the one, I think, good thing you pull from tonight is Scoot Henderson.
There we go.
I think, honestly, I prefer this game from him.
More substance.
Yeah, I think so.
3 blocks, 11 dimes.
The defensive stuff is, I think, and not so much just the blocks, but just particularly off ball. And I think you've seen a mild improvement there, but even more so on ball. This is the same thing we've talked about with Shaden. The idea of, like, look, if you're going to be bad, at least be disruptive. And I think you saw that from Scoot tonight. I think that's one of the things you can pull from the night. I mean, Chauncey in the postgame kind of hit on it. That there was some aggression. That even though they missed shots, there was guys getting aggression. You know, they played the first half pretty much even because I think both teams were just taking turns throwing rocks at each other. It was some of the worst basketball I've watched in a while.
Well, I was thinking that, man. Like,
it was it was horrendous. Like,
no, I'm not.
Yeah.
Suggesting that it was not horrendous.
Yeah.
Trust me. But it seems like this is exactly the type of opponent Portland needed to play after those last 2 games, because really no matter what you do as a team, because of Houston's style, the score is going to be close. Like, if you're making some shots, the score is going to be close. Like, it's not going to be this 20 to 30 point lead. Like, Brooklyn stinks, but Brooklyn can score. And so they can beat you in a way that looks worse than Houston can.
Yeah, no, I think it's a big part of it. Brooklyn wants to push the pace. They want to spread the ball around. They want to jack a lot of threes up. Houston, other than Jalen Green, Alperen Şengün, you don't really have many guys that are going to beat you with their offensive game. Like, they're a defensive-minded team. They can really hurt you on the offensive glass, like as you saw tonight, especially without Da, without Klingon, without Denny, literally without your 3 best rebounders, and that showed up. I mean, they just got pummeled on the offensive glass. The second chance opportunities they got made up for the Rockets not exactly shooting that well from the field, but when you get that many second chance opportunities and you get that many more looks, the best looks in the NBA are shots at the rim and corner threes. The next best shot is a wide open 3 off an offensive rebound, and that's when you get 23 offensive rebounds, you're going to get a lot of second chance looks.
I mean, the turkey of Michael Jordan, Şengün, was unbelievable.
The turkey of Michael Jordan?
Is that what I said?
Yes.
The Michael Jordan of Turkey.
I don't know, the turkey of Michael Jordan.
That's an interesting concept.
Seth was like, yes, please continue.
Please.
I want to hear more about the turkey of Michael Jordan.
He really had his Moses Malone going out there. Like, there was a lot of 1 possession, 3 offensive rebounds, and 2 points.
Yeah. I mean, the Rockets knew what to do. They knew exactly what to do, and you saw it all game. And Şengün, just taking it right down there. Everyone crashing the boards. I mean, they're first in the league in offensive rebounding anyways, and I imagine when you're that good.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that Steven Adams just kind of looked around like, nobody? No,
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, nobody's going to really challenge him anyways. You guys see when he hit the floor and just kind of laid there towards the end of the game. I was like, okay, he's hamming up. He's having some fun. The crowd started to boo him, and he kind of looked at the crowd and kind of like, what, you want some of this?
Come on.
Like, let he who wants to come out here and die first. Like, it had very strong gladiator vibes in the sense of, like, ye who are about to die, we salute you kind of a situation. It was like, okay, but like, quit playing with your food. Come out here and take care of business. Because third quarter, what was the final margin? It was 36-24. So, they go up 12, and it felt like 30.
Yeah.
Like, just the way that they
run
beat
to start the second half, the game was over.
It felt over. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's what that team is supposed to do. You look at this kind of the head-to-head stuff. 58, 52 points in the paint for Houston to Portland, so that they matched them relatively well. And honestly, Portland should have had more because, my God, the number of layups that they missed was astronomical. I had to restart my laptop, so I'm trying to pull it back up here. But at one point in time, they were shooting around, I believe it was 38% at the rim, and it was...
Yeesh.
Yeah, it was not good. So, going 4 factors time. 13th percentile in points per possession, 39th percentile in effective field goal percentage, 20th percentile in turnover rate, and 10th percentile in offensive rebound rate.
You follow all that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this.
Yeah.
I just let it wash over me.
There you go. Just a statistical wave. You were talking about them being the number 1 offensive rebounding team in the league, and they are. Portland is hovered between 2nd and 4th, depending on tonight, with the best offensive rebound rate in the NBA this year. at the 99th percentile. They had a 46% offensive rebound rate, which basically you're saying they're grabbing half of their missed shots.
Truly a special night. We saw history when you frame it that way. It was a
Seth,
fantastic time.
Where do you sell in Dylan Brooks? Danny's feelings
Oh,
are long
Dylan the villain?
documented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, great guy. Big fan. I really like his attitude on the court. I'm more of into. I like the character that he's created. I appreciate it.
Would you embrace him if he got traded to Portland?
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
I would love that.
I would love it too. I think it'd be really fun to have like
I'd rather
a true blue dirtbag on this
No,
team.
jump feet first into a wood chipper.
Also, a true elite in terms of
That is worse.
even
Yeah.
amongst the NBA fashion elite. His fashion is on a tier all its own.
Yeah,
I mean, everyone on the team would have to raise their game.
except for Jeremy.
Except for Jeremy.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be a whole new experience. It'd be good to have a villain on the team. It would be a fun experience just for me as entertainment value.
That part I
a guy,
agree
the other team, a guy on the team that when they go on the road, fans boo him.
Yes.
We haven't had that in a very long time.
Even their home fans. He showed up wearing Oregon Duck Kobe's. Because those that don't know, he's a Oregon Duck, and he may be the most disliked Duck of all time. Like Duck fans are around
Certainly
me.
in
Like
Oregon. Like if you're in Oregon, like who gets booed besides Dylan Brooks?
Raymond Felton. Those are probably the only two in the state who get
Right.
booed, for playing in those towns again are Dylan Brooks and Raymond
But
Felton.
like Duck loyalty is a different level of Blazers loyalty. Like I think really the Willie Taggart's the only person I could think who would get booed as much as Dylan Brooks.
No, I think Dylan is a cut
Because
above.
he is still like in their minds.
Well, the crazy thing is he
They don't
led.
have to worry about Willie
he led
anymore.
a good team.
Sure.
Like that's not the issue. It's like he's so corny and so over the top and so ridiculous that even Duck fan is like, no, we can't associate ourselves.
Even a Ducks fan.
Yeah, no,
wow.
yeah.
Shots fired.
yeah, no, that was
The
intentional.
lowest of Blazer fans.
There's a pecking order. No, I mean even they don't want him, and it is funny. I looked around. There were some green and yellow wearing fans who
Sure.
they were getting the boo birds out, but
Yeah.
Fun.
this Houston team is an interesting kind of anecdote for what the Blazers I think are hoping to be in the future, in the sense of like collecting enough talent.
How do we be a top 4 seed without playing offense,
Well,
basically?
not just that, but like bigger, faster, stronger,
Sure,
longer. Like
I
the
understand.
profile of like what they're going for.
Right.
Like the Tari Easons, Amen Thompsons, Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, it's
like,
it's a manifestation of the idea you have.
yeah, and I think that's honestly a way a lot of the league is trending towards. I think that the big part of this is everybody wants to build this team. It's kind of like it's a copycat league. Everybody tried to chase the Warriors. Which you can't do. And now I think teams are trying to chase the Celtics to an extent of like, hey, let's have 5 players on the court who can all dribble, pass, and shoot. It's like, well, that's really hard to build. But what if you have 5 players who can all defend? And that, I think, is kind of the counter and maybe the zig to the zag that's kind of interesting going forward.
Well, we were talking about, little Reed Shepherd got out there and they picked him up and they thought he was going to be like a legitimate scorer. And early on in the season, he got in there and
Well, there's just no room for
he
him.
knocked it down and goes down to the G League. And
Drops 40.
well, the bar to entry for the defensive level that a Houston Rocket needs to be, he cannot get to.
No, he can't. Not yet.
Well, I don't even think it's that. I just don't think there's room for him. There's just like you look at that team, like you've got Fred VanVleet, you've got Jalen Green, who are going to eat up a lot of your guard minutes.
Yeah.
You've got Aaron Holiday, who even though he's smaller, he's a guy that they. The big thing
I
is,
think of the Rooks, huh?
I mean, what coach who's trying to be competitive is. That's just something that I think that pops up with every coach. Like if you ask any coach whether it's their first year or the 20th year,
Who do you want?
Do you want the rookie or do you want the guy? Even if the rookie shows potential, unless you're Zion, unless you're Wemby, unless you're like a guy who's looked at it as transcendent generational, but like if you're just like a good young player, they're going to go, you make too many mistakes on a given night, I'll go with the veteran who doesn't make mistakes because I don't have to worry about you.
Is it true that Reed Shepherd is Joe's little brother?
I mean,
Reed was out there with the little beard.
Yeah.
And I said, that's me with the beard.
you should try it.
It's a good look.
I have.
Have you?
Yeah, I'm not able to grow a facial hair
When was the last
of
time
any
you shaved?
Don't
kind.
give up.
I shaved yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything's fine. Doesn't make me less of a person. I just can't grow hair.
Do you think you
It's
should
fine.
give it a go for a strong month?
I actually did over the pandemic, not shave, and Lacey was just like, no. you have to shave. Like at a
Yeah.
certain point, it got so bad, I couldn't look at myself. It was itchy, but there was nothing to itch.
It's a crime
it
to
was
cover.
like- it was
You
like-
can't cover that jawline up. It's a crime. We want to see it, Joe.
It's like a phantom limb, but with hair. It was
okay.
very disappointing.
All right.
Something that we want to show you in the
phantom
stands tonight, but before we get to that, we want to talk about our good friends from Dick Hanna Subaru.
Very good friends.
That's right. Hey, guys, I don't know. I saw you had the coats on. That's because winter is here.
It is.
Yeah, it's the perfect time to check out the new 2025 Subaru models. There you are. Rolling in every day at Dick Hanna Subaru. Subaru delivers with that lifetime powertrain warranty, Seth, on every new car. Experience nice in the car business at Dick Hanna Subaru. Believe in nice. Visit them today and see why a Subaru is perfect for the season and your next big assist. It's time for a deep dive into a shallow topic. That's right, it's time for Trend BA.
Whoa.
Blazer Box. We got segments, Seth.
Oh.
Big deal.
Okay, this is what we got in the stands tonight.
Sitting actually directly in front of us, Sean Hyken, friend of the show, documents the awkward jerseys, awkward
The
different
maladies of the Moda Center.
Yes, that pop up all the time, and he clocked this one immediately. The legend Blazer, known for his time here, where did more hunting.
Didn't he have an outdoor show?
Yeah, on at our former employer. Yes,
That's right.
yeah, that was a thing. He
He's
was
a Renaissance man.
big bowman hunter, which, if you remember what Chris Kamen looked like, that fit pretty on brand.
If you were to do the FBI profile of what you think Chris Kamen would look like based on his attributes, it'd be pretty close.
Yes.
Yeah, just be like, what if I said Bigfoot but with long hair?
It's essentially that.
Yeah, it's I mean,
I
and you
mean,
gave him a bow.
guys, I'm going to be honest. How much more do we have to actually talk about this game? Because we got Seth here. He's one of the great basketball. Look, you know what happened? They're not very good. Houston's much better. Scoot did pretty good. Can we have some fun?
Sure.
Is that?
Sure.
Let's do it. Can we stop the pretense of we need to break down this Blazers game tonight?
Yeah, let's take our shirts off.
Let's just have some fun, Seth. I want to do. We're keeping our shirts on first of all,
All right.
young man. It's not that kind of show. Okay. I'm gonna do some rapid fire questions with you. Just like
I didn't
real
know
quick.
we were doing this. Okay.
Just real quick. Yeah,
All
it's,
right.
it's a surprise.
All right.
Seth Allen.
What's Danny gonna do?
Danny's gonna sit there. He's gonna tweet.
He's gonna pull up stats.
This is gonna take all of 2 minutes.
Okay. Oh, okay.
All right. This is just a job interview.
All right.
Your favorite current Trailblazer.
Scoot Henderson.
Your favorite player in the NBA.
Scoot Henderson.
The best dressed Trailblazer.
Oh, gotta be Scoot Henderson.
Kling Kong or Block Lobster.
Oh God, Scoot Henderson.
What's your favorite thing about Scoot Henderson?
Oh God, the purple. I don't know if you know this, Dan, but when Scoot wears the purple Pumas, he averages 20 and 8.
There you go. I'll follow that one away for later.
He eclipsed that tonight, so good for him. Those averages went up. What's your favorite current thing to eat at Moda Center?
All right. Well, okay.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
That's a tough one to
All
answer,
right.
Scoot Henderson.
I go up to the 300 level. I get a hot dog at the Red Hot and Rollin'. I put a bunch of relish, jalapenos, mustard, hook that thing up, and then I go over to Low Bar. I get 2 cans of hams, and I stone cold those.
real no poetry.
Yep. And then I devour the dog.
How do you feel after that?
Fantastic. Then I fall asleep until the third quarter.
All right, last one. Last one. How early do you usually get to the arena before a game?
Oh, I'm there at 70 minutes as soon as they open the front door.
70 minutes.
Absolutely.
What's
yeah.
your routine? Do you like to just go around and like use the bathroom and kind of acclimate yourself?
I like to use every bathroom and see
Make
the
sure
vibe.
they're all properly stocked.
No, I do have a routine. When I go in, first of all, when everyone's arriving, they get funneled off into the merch, the entryway activities. There's kids breakdancing. You're signing up for things. You're
Yeah.
getting your picture. You're trying to get Terry Porter to take a selfie with you. There's all kinds of distractions on the right when you walk in. I bypass all. I go straight to the 300 level. That's where I get the dog and the beers. There's no line, right? Devour that. Use the bathroom. Nobody's up there yet. It's like, and I'm walking around. I just do laps at the 300 level, double fisted with my hams. It's like I'm in Vegas. It's like a little taste of Vegas in the Moda Center.
There you go.
And so then I go to the bathroom. I relieve myself,
It's very important.
and then I find my seat, and I'm ready for all the pre-game entertainment. You know, and then I leave about Second quarter. Go home. I've been there too long, and I've had my fun. Beat traffic.
I often have heard Portland is the Vegas of the Northwest.
That's what they say.
At least the 300 level of the Moda
absolutely.
Center.
Yeah.
That specific loop.
Are you not worried that you've given away all your secrets that the thousands of people watching
I don't
right now are gonna
gatekeep.
be out there?
I share the wealth. You're welcome to join me 70 minutes before tip at the next game. Up
300
in the
level bathroom. That's
300
where we're at.
level. The bathroom is completely empty. All the vendors are open. There's no lines. Everyone's stuck down. They're looking at the new hats. They're looking at the kids break dancing. You can see all that later. Go up to the top and then work your way down. You do it in the reverse order. That's a little tip.
And hey, don't miss this month's edition of Seth and Shane's Jokes
Hey.
and Things.
Yes.
January 25th at the Garden Tavern for a night filled with jokes, stories, and unexpected things.
Hey, is that next week?
Go online for
Oh.
tickets
Yeah.
to Seth and Shane's Jokes and Things. And yes, that Shane.
Yes, that
One.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dude.
From Portland to Spain. You know the name. It's Shane. He'll be there.
Good luck.
Okay, why don't we expand out?
That's what he says.
Let's just expand out our look because
Sure.
we got very micro with this game specifically, but guess what, boys?
That's what we do here, Joe.
That's game 41.
It's the halfway mark.
We are
Wow.
at the half. We are at the equator right now. We're at the 45th parallel. You know that sign that you passed? That's where we are right
Yeah,
now.
Salem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the season.
So we're north of Salem. All right, cool.
Oh, yeah.
That's a place to be.
Sure.
You have some people north of Salem watching right now.
But there's at least one.
Duck fans north of Salem. Anyone else you want to
We
hit?
just got
before
in
get
it. We just
deeper in the
got in
show?
and out.
Congratulations.
You know,
What was that?
that's a nice area just north of Salem.
Is that 5 years ago?
They got the in and out.
Yeah.
Based on your guys'
We're at the Woodburn Outlet Mall. We're getting Tommy Hilfiger at ridiculous deals. You know,
The kids wear that again.
I know it's
Full
cool.
circle.
It's cyclical.
Yeah. Much like this show.
What's your biggest disappointment of the first half of the season in the entire NBA?
Oh, entire NBA?
Yeah.
Ooh,
And then we'll shrink it down to the Blazers.
that one's tough. Pels probably injuries. I think that's probably it. Just how dysfunctional they have been with all of their injuries.
I'm curious to see what happens to them in the second half because
Yeah.
I feel like they're going to be in a spot where they kind of try.
Well, it's not that they're going to kind of try. It's that guys are going to get healthy. Like you're going to have DeJounte, you're going to have CJ.
Yeah, by virtue of the roster
Zion,
improving.
Bi, like
They're going to be competitive.
and you can't just shut all of those guys down because the rest of your guys are hurt. So they're going to stumble their way into some wins probably. Yeah, I don't think there's really been anybody in the East that has been that disappointing.
I've loved the Eastern Conference this year.
It's been mildly fun, which is a big change.
I give it more than that. I think it's been downright interesting. I think you have a lot of interesting stories. Like Orlando is compelling, Detroit is compelling. I'm really curious to see if Philly even flirts with the play-in. Like they're in that 10-11 spot. Like if
that
Philly,
might actually be the biggest.
if they
that
don't
might
make
be
the play-in, that
biggest
would be
disappointment.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the crazy thing is they owe that pick to Oklahoma City. Yeah, that's a deep, dark world if Oklahoma City somehow gets another lottery pick
Yes.
that falls into the
this
spot.
draft.
Yeah, it's like, really? This is how this is going to go?
Do they just have like 15 picks for every draft henceforth? Is that
I
just in
want to say
perpetuity?
they currently control 37 picks over the next 6 drafts. I think that's the
Wow.
number.
That's insane.
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's more than they can make, like an actually roster. So it's going to be an interesting spot. But I think I'll go with the Pels just because I think I had them sixth or 7th when I picked them to start the season.
in the West?
Yeah, and they are not going to finish there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to call Dallas a disappointment because it's so early on in the season. I don't know. The injury bug has been the thing, but I don't know. It would have been fun to see Dallas kind of be not necessarily where OKC is, but firmly the second best team in the West. Because I think
They were trending there.
second best, they were. And it kind of went in peaks and valleys with them so far this season. But I don't know. It would have been some perennial powers in the Western Conference again. It just feels like we haven't had that in a while. I know it's sort of a changing of the guard, but there's really been no consistency. Denver's been up and down since they won the title. I don't know.
This is
It
what they're
just-
striving for, though. They want parity. They don't want dynasties.
I don't know if we want that.
I mean, I'm okay with it.
I don't know if I want it necessarily.
But like look at Boston right now.
Well-
Like they look good, but not
yeah,
unbeatable.
I don't want it to be like the same 3 teams every single year. I just want there to be a clear haves and have-nots because that's sort of, I mean, truly, because that is sort of the
True capitalist.
the the basketball that I'm accustomed to, where it's like I have some semblance of like what a team's reputation.
You don't like having
is.
hope as a Blazers fan.
Yeah.
You just want it
I have
squeezed out of you.
None right now. Like truly.
I mean that's fair. It's
I want some consistency. Maybe that's the best way to put it. Like, I get that teams are going to ebb and flow and their fortunes are going to change from season to season.
you want to be able to control luck and fate.
Don't we all?
Yeah, you mean I think that's that organizations control. This, and this. Like, if you just got a new owner, if you just got a new GM, if you just got a new coach, like,
Well, this
sure,
is-
those are the things you think you have control of. But like, the reality is, the Boston Celtics taking Tatum and Brown, everybody's like, oh, look how great a move this was. But it was also the Lakers and the 76ers picking twice in front of them.
So much of this is
Like,
luck.
no, so much of it is luck. And the fact that you can't control that or as a fan or as somebody who works on the NBA, like the idea that you can't control that, it's frightening. Like, you like everybody wants to be able to compartmentalize and assign either good or bad things to it. It's like, this is good because this went this way, because it's you're seeing it's a results based as opposed to process based, and it's always very interesting when you talk about it like that way. Like, coming into the season, take the 76ers for example. We all know Joel Embiid is injured, but if you allow yourself to go, if they're healthy, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, Paul George, that's a difficult team to deal with in the playoffs. Even if you know that what that is very unlikely to happen, but before the season, you talk yourself into it. Like, yeah, I could see it. But now that we're here and Joel Embiid is still having flap issues with his knee, you're still going, this is broken. We should have seen this coming.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Flap issues with the knee.
Well, that was the joke last year, is that
Okay.
he didn't actually tear his knee. There was
Can't
a
get
tear.
these arms right.
There's a flap.
Yeah, it was a flap. It was a tear in his meniscus. It was like,
Oh, I see.
yeah, that's what a tear is. You have
Yeah.
a tear in your meniscus, it turns into a flap. It's a very deep, stupid joke, but
I liked it.
there you go. It's
It's important
it's for the
sometimes that we
sickos.
explain
Yeah.
the sickos for the non-sickos.
Explain the flap.
Yeah. We have folks watching us at home in Tualatin that are not on the internet as often as we
Right.
are, and so it's important
Or
to
there's
show
people
They
in,
might be
accessible.
they're flapping to us right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's people in sports bars that don't have the sound on, and they're just saying,
Well, we were joking about that.
Shout out to Slim's. Everybody at my home bar at Slim's in St. John's neighborhood, keep the fryer on. I'm coming after this.
Did you plan a special like Carol Burnett signal for them? You're
No,
gonna
I
show?
mean they never miss an episode of the show. They never have the sound on.
Never heard it.
But I
No idea
always
what it
know
would
it's
sound
going
like.
to be on on the TV that's next.
There you go.
So I got to say, keep it on. I want the wings.
subtitles, great for you.
Subtitles would be great.
I guess we have to get back to tonight's game
Sure.
a little bit. Look, besides
Contractually obligated.
No, look, I get it. It's like, honestly, besides the fact that there was a little more fight in them tonight than
I mean, they were
there had been.
It was a flame that got snuffed out very quickly in the second half.
Completely agree. Because even when you got to the initial, like, opening 3 minutes, and it was like 10-2 Houston, like that, you're like, oh my God.
It was like long night. Here we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
And then what happened? The Scudisance.
The Scudisants did it. It's funny, Seth, because I think that so many people want to point to like one thing specific of, and obviously the Scoot thing. It's like, all right, there's some excitement. It's a number 3 pick. Like maybe this is a thing that we can latch onto and have this be the hope for the second half of the season because we
Sure.
got 41 more of these.
Yeah.
But so much of the conversation is like, all right, well, this has to happen. We got to make a coaching change. We have to trade all the guys. Like there's this drastic move that is going to be an instant solve for everything. And I put something out on Twitter earlier today because I was, just bored, chugging my coffee, and I was like, hey, like I don't mean this in a combative way, and I really didn't. But like,
I love how you did that because I always do,
What do you mean?
mean it in a combative way.
Well, believe it or not, Dan, not everything's a subtweet of you that I put out there. I just didn't want people to think that my agenda was to either like staunchly support Chauncey
He always
Billups
has an agenda.
or say that he should be like, this has to be a change immediately made. And I was like, this isn't combative. Like, what do you think changing coaches would actually do for the team right now?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what would that do? And I got from give us hope, make a statement. It would change the roster. It would change the scheme.
Please some fans.
I think that was a big one of it too.
It's the
is-
mob, though. Like that's
a mob.
what it is.
It is, and it's interesting because Danny and I have talked about this, and Tyree as well, as the season has gone on. Portland's done a pretty good job of threading the needle. Like, this is clearly one of the 6 worst teams in the NBA, but as someone who's watched a lot of games, even like 20-point losses, like tonight is a pretty decent example. Like, you have patches of games where it's like, this is not an abject disaster for 48 minutes. Like, you can say, scoot. You can say, wow, Tumani's improved.
Chris
Denny's
Murray.
running around. Exactly. Chris Murray can get you through a whole week of this Blazers season and say, that's the thing that we're
Chris
excited
Murray is
about.
my only reason to live right now.
I'll pass that on to him. He'll appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
kid.
make sure he goes to Jokes and Things.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
But generally speaking,
They'll be on the road.
with the Chauncey, stop. With the Chauncey, it's not important. With the Chauncey thing, I think there's so many reasons that I think no matter what your agenda is or what your perspective is with this Blazer team, that's the solve for it for a lot of people. Like, no matter what you want to have happen, that's a thing that's tangible. And I guess my argument is, if you decide to bring him back in the offseason, I think it makes the most sense to keep him the entirety of the season. That's just, I think, going to be my opinion. Things could turn. This Blazers, they almost had a winning road trip last week, so things turned very, very quickly with this team. But I think
yes.
right now, this is my position on Chauncey. And just the organization decided to do it, and I think it would be more disruptive to make a change now than it would show the fans that we're doing something by making something like a drastic move like that.
Well, it might also be irrelevant because they're not going to fire Chauncey this year. I think they would have if they were going to. I think they would take his resignation, but I don't think they will fire him.
Yeah.
And I think he would take his payout, but it's a fun game of chicken that they're in. It seems like
It's a substitute teacher situation. Like, this is the teacher that, for whatever reason leaves halfway through the year, and you have to have a substitute. It's like, do you keep swapping through the substitutes because it's like that's what you need to do, or do you get the long-term one because there's at least some consistency there? And that's my whole thing has been, until I start hearing from players that, like, I'm out on him, or
they like Chauncey, right?
yes, like the entire locker room does. And that's the thing is, it's one thing, this, I continually ask guys kind of every couple of weeks, like, hey, things going okay? Like, because you start to get, when you're in the locker room, you can tell when things are go before they go sideways on the court. And it's like, every single time, it's like, no, man, everybody still likes him. Everybody still listens to him. Like, they aren't tuning him out. They aren't, you can say, well, what about the games that they've lost like this? And I'm like, they've lost games like that before. And it's not like, if you look at every tanking team, you're like, well, the Washington Wizards went out and got their new coach and Brian O'Keefe. And it's like, that's the guy that they're going to, restart the build with. They're losing games by more points than the Blazers. It's like, is that the new culture? Is that the change? Is that the thing that matters? It's like, no, it's not, because everybody knows what this is. You say that this is, you double their wins. If you double their wins right now, it is 26 wins. Do you think that they're going to win 13 more games out of the next 41?
Yes. I never lose hope,
I love it. I love it. Hey, basketball fans.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
oh, is that us?
That's us. It's all of you.
Hello. Welcome.
The game's over.
Yeah.
But guess what? The night's just getting started.
Hey,
That's right. Let's talk about keeping those good vibes going with Best Day Brewing, the fastest growing non-alcoholic craft beer brand.
oh,
It's the ultimate post-game play, Seth. We get to enjoy a great beer without worrying about tomorrow. You've got so many chores tomorrow, don't you, bud?
Yeah, I got a lot of them.
Got a lot to do. Let's face it, Seth. Celebrating, shaking off tonight's loss. It doesn't need alcohol.
no,
Doesn't.
No.
It's fine.
no, you're used to it at this point.
Make every day your best day. Find your nearest Best Day Brewing retailer
Yes.
at bestdaybrewing.com. Let's pull up the Blazer box one more time, guys. I don't know if you saw this cultural moment that we had.
Oh, Tay-Tay was in the house.
We got Tay-Tay, and who's that to her right, Seth?
I have no idea.
That's Caitlin Clark.
Oh. Oh, yeah, okay.
Two titans of the sports and entertainment world
Okay.
whispering about Travis Kelce.
Okay.
This upsets a lot of people.
Does it?
I don't really understand why. I don't really care that
Oh.
they're there,
Well, I mean,
but it doesn't upset me.
I would say, most Iowa sports fans are Chiefs fans. Where Iowa NFL fans are Chiefs fans.
Is that how the map works?
Yeah, yeah. I've unfortunately, when I was in the Air Force, some of my best friends were from Iowa.
Why is that unfortunate?
Because I hate the Chiefs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What? Go Hawkeyes.
Raiders fan. Come on.
I see.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I know. You had to watch another NFC East team. Do
What was
something well
that? Did
productive.
you see that?
Yeah.
He just assaulted you.
That's unbelievable. Human resources. Thank you. I have a
I'm
witness, and all of you
saw
are
it.
witnesses as well.
I felt unsafe.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels.
But
is
yeah, no.
amazing.
Yeah, no. It's incredible.
I don't care. Let Taylor Swift go to football games. She's really famous and seems like an okay person.
So wait,
A
are
lot of
people upset about
like her.
Taylor Swift being there, and not? I thought they were upset about Caitlin Clark being
They're
there.
upset about everything being
course they are.
everywhere. I don't. Seth, you don't care, right?
No, I also don't watch football.
Well, okay, but you're aware of football.
I've heard of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're aware that Taylor Swift is with Travis Kelce.
Yes.
And that perhaps she's very famous, and they show her on these telecasts.
And the football fans are exhausted because she attracts so much attention at the game.
That's right.
They're tired of hearing about Tay-Tay.
Right.
She hasn't been like on the screen that much this year, though.
No, I mean
considering-
she's very busy.
Yeah.
She's a billionaire singer.
Yeah, she just finished her tour.
Did she?
Yeah.
Where did it finish?
Vancouver, BC.
Wow.
Oh, I saw a lot of.
What percentile were the ticket sales?
I don't know. Look, I work for a radio station, guys. Come on.
You know,
That's how I know these things.
you know what it was to get in the building for the Detroit football game?
Was the lowest like $1,300?
$880.
Wow.
Oh, okay, so it dropped a little bit. We were talking about that on the radio on Thursday or Friday.
It's a lot.
Detroit was got a little bit of a sticker shock. They aren't used to this, as it were.
I went to a Blazers game for $9 this year. Best value in the NBA.
300 level?
Yeah, of course.
Two hams and a hot dog?
2 hams and a hottie.
You try to do you try to creep, or are you comfortable being up there?
Oh, that's a
with your
young
book?
man's game. I get up.
I will say, somebody tried doing that in front of us last game. For anybody watching, don't do that in front of us. Those tickets belong to the Blazers staff. It's the literal worst place you can try it.
Have you been caught trying to sneak up closer to the floor at Moda
Yeah.
Center? Chime in using the hashtag RCWrapUp. Let us know your stories of woe. Hey, I'm very excited about this. I doubt anybody else is, but I don't care.
I'm excited, Joe.
After a 4-year hiatus,
Yeah.
the Pacific Northwest's fastest growing game show is back.
Yes.
Ya or Nah is back.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Ladies
yes.
and gentlemen,
Anthony Simons
revived from the
Oh,
grave.
yeah.
beat Shane in this game
Whoa.
many years ago.
Yes.
He's a contestant. Danny, I think, has never won.
Yes,
So-
true.
Wow.
All right. The honor system, please.
I can't. I'm too
Okay.
blind to see that far.
Okay, please look away. So here's how it works, folks. I make a statement, and either Seth or Danny will say ya or nah. They each get 3 questions. Seth, you're the guest.
Thank you.
Do you want questions 1 or 2?
Yeah.
You'll get 1.
Okay. I don't know the rules.
I make a statement,
Got
and
it.
you tell me ya or nah.
Okay.
It'll become quite clear.
Gotcha.
Seth,
Yeah.
wait.
Not yet.
All right.
Not yet. That was not the question.
Yes.
Here's the statement.
Yes, Joe.
Damian Lillard has the second most games played in Blazers history. Ya or nah?
Nah.
It is nah. Do you know who's number 2?
No.
Jerome Kersey.
Oh.
Davis third.
There you go.
Okay, 1-0 Seth. Let me
all right.
mark this down because remarkably I lose track as we do this.
All right.
All right, Danny.
Go on.
See.
There you go.
Made 2 All-Star teams as a Blazer. Ya or nah?
I'm gonna go nah.
It is nah.
There you go.
Jerome never made an All-Star
No.
team.
Correct.
There's no extra points for that.
Oh, okay. I knew that one.
Mr.
I don't get a
Allen.
point. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
Seth,
Yes.
you're tied with Danny 1-1.
It's a heater.
Michael Thompson is
Oh,
the
boy.
Blazers' all-time leader in total blocks. Ya or nah?
Nah.
He is.
No.
Also, a great tweeter.
I wish if you could. I'm Meringue's face when you missed that. It would have been more
It
devastating.
opened the door.
It did open the door.
Open the door.
Michael Thompson has 768. Uncle Cliffy next to the list
Yeah.
with 726.
Cammy didn't play here long enough.
No extra credit. Okay, Danny, to take a 2-1 lead.
Go.
Ya or don't tell me what to do. Ya or nah? The Blazers' first All-Star selection was Jeff Petrie.
Yeah.
That is a ya.
That's easy.
2-1.
These aren't fair.
2-1. You dismissed the choice of questions
Hip
1
Hop
or 2.
Anonymous. Give him the easy ones.
Okay. Fortunately for you, the final question's worth 2 points.
Oh,
boy.
wow. This is rigged.
It's worth
Rigged.
2 points. Seth,
I'm ready.
yeah or nah? Buck Williams is the last Portland Trailblazer to make first team all defense. Ooh. Seth, this is for the game.
I'd make some
To
game
keep it
show
alive.
music, but I'm pretty sure it's trademarked.
Buck Williams is the last Blazer to make first team all defense. Nah.
I'm sorry, that's a yeah.
No!
I'm sorry, that's a yeah.
I thought it was going to be a trick.
Ba-dum-bum-ba-dum.
I thought it was going to be like, oh, no, he was second team.
Danny wins, yeah or nah?
Hey.
No one wants to see it.
Nope.
But that's the results.
Am I now the worst yeah or nah player in history?
You'll
of
just
this?
have to come back and play another
get it.
time.
But it's if
God.
you win next time, you get the 500. you'll
Okay.
pass me.
Rick Adelman is the last Blazers coach to win Coach of the Year. Yeah or nah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever won Coach of the
didn't?
Year? It was
Oh.
Mike Dunleavy.
Really?
It was Mike
Oh.
Dunleavy. And the tiebreak
There you go.
question would have been, how many regular season wins did Rick Adelman have as Blazers coach? And one of them, you know what? You set the mark because Seth is the guest.
I'll go 450.
Okay?
I'll go $1.
Now I have to do a lot of math. Danny wins because it's 291.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah.
I thought he had a lot more wins.
Oh, I
than
thought you
that.
can't go over. I thought it was prices right.
That was never said.
Oh.
So sorry. Danny wins, yeah or nah. Again,
There you go.
I'm
no
confused.
no one wants to see it. I think you did pretty well.
Thank you.
Eric, that's very nice. He was giving you the, the pump in.
It happens.
Yeah, there he is.
Pump
There's
it.
your big winner, Danny Moraine.
Wow.
Guys, winner is here. So it's the perfect time to check out the new 2025 Subaru models rolling in every day at Dick Hanna Subaru. Sorry, Eric, I didn't give you enough time. With their lifetime powertrain warranty, you'll always have peace of mind whether you're dishing out assists or tackling your daily drive. Subaru's got your back. Experience nice in the car business, for goodness sakes, with Dick Hanna Subaru. Believe in nice. Swing by today and see why a Subaru is the MVP of the season. Guys, are you following the All-Star voting as closely as I am?
Yeah, we were actually
Absolutely.
talking about this.
Can we get the Blazer box up, Eric?
Pregame at Moda. The idea that Charlotte guard LaMelo Ball has 1.9 million votes. Real quick, you want to go closest to the pen on the total population of the Charlotte metro area? It's 2.3. 2.3 million people. So basically the entire city of Charlotte, or a lot of people in China, have voted for LaMelo Ball. And that's kind of what's happened here. LaMelo Ball should be nowhere near this list right now. And if he does end up making this, he's going to end up costing one of these guys who are significantly more deserving an all-star spot.
What is he averaging a game? Is he over 30 still?
Yeah, and incredibly, you'd think, my God, somebody averaging that many points certainly would lead to more wins. It's not.
Do you like Charlotte's team right now?
Oh, I watch every game. I can't get enough of these Charlotte Hornets.
Love Charlotte basketball.
That hot Charlotte
Well, I love
basketball.
Tijon Salon.
There you
He's
go.
my favorite development project in the NBA.
I'm Bib.
Yeah.
This is what we should be talking about: is obscure development projects
Yeah.
in the NBA. That is
Straight
really
out of Fritz.
Seth's lane. Okay,
That's my lane.
let's pivot to that a little
Let's
bit. then.
pivot.
Give me somebody who is like a sleeper in the draft right now that nobody is talking about. That would be like really, really fun.
Bennett Sturts from Drake University. Sturts! Drake Bulldogs, check him out. Incredible. Best story in college basketball.
Oh, yeah?
Their coach and their whole, 4 of their starting 5 were D2 players last year. The coach brought them all up when he got the D1 job. They're like 12-2. They're crushing everybody. Fantastic story. Shout out to Coach Ben McCollum and all the Drake Bulldogs. You're doing great. You're just destroying the Missouri Valley Conference, and I'm here for the ride.
Is this family?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, I like to think of them as family.
Oh, okay.
What was that kid's name again?
Bennett Sturts.
What is his deal?
He's
Is
a
he
point guard.
Okay.
I think he's got a little Austin Reevesies in his game.
Oh,
But that means he's a white.
he's a white one.
Yeah, kind of the same size, he's their point guard, just pick and roll over and over and over again. It's a great watch.
That's good. Do you have another one of those? That was really fun.
Well, they're far and away my favorite obscure watch this year in college basketball.
You are going full sickos if you're going Missouri Valley Conference.
Yeah, the MVC.
Little MVC in January.
Yeah.
I know Joe tunes in for the golf specifically.
I love it. Can we get the Blazer box back up? We can go back to
Eric,
All-Stars,
Eric,
please.
pull up the Blazer box.
Thank you, Eric. See? You're folded in so
yeah.
nicely. Allison for K2 Allison, who does the weather for K2 in the weekends, so worried about Seth being here. You're
Yeah.
actually because he was sitting here, we were just chilling here before you came in. She was like, are you gonna
She called security.
yeah, are you
Get
gonna-
this ghoul
are you
out of
gonna
here.
keep sitting there? It was great.
I like it.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you.
yeah.
See, Eric
Yeah.
knowing exactly
Yeah.
when there's a lull in the conversation
Blazer
and
box.
to put the Blazer box back up. Are any of these like really drastic besides LaMelo to you? Like, I know that is fan vote half or 25%?
No, it used to be half.
Okay.
They've taken it down. I think it's only a quarter of the vote.
So Cade's gonna get up there, right?
Cade will get in from the coaches.
He's got to.
Well, that's the hope. And I was talking to Justin Barrier from The Ringer. He's up here now in Portland, and they've got their show, and we were kind of debating, like, Cade should be, but will he be? Because you've got Donovan Mitchell, you've got Darius Garland, you've got Damian Lillard, you've got Jalen Brunson. Does Trae Young get in there? I think you can take Tyrese out of there, just because
Yep.
of what Philly has been or not been. And
Is Cade
like-
not having a better year than Trae?
yes and no, but it's when you've got an established star,
Right.
you've got to be so far.
Yeah,
and
he's the brand
above.
name.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
and it's not like he's aging himself out. This
Sure.
isn't, LeBron or KD. Not that they would age themselves out, but they aren't there yet.
Jordan
you know what I mean?
Poole.
Yeah, no, it's another one that's on there that makes you kind of
in
go.
there.
And that's the thing is, Harrow should be significantly higher on this list too.
Yeah.
He's been phenomenal this year.
I have voted for Norm Powell 28 times.
There you go.
I vote every day because when you vote, here's another Seth tip from me to you, if you're at home. When you vote, you get entered into a chance to win a all expenses paid trip to the All-Star Weekend, which even if you hate the game, it's still just a free trip somewhere.
To the Bay
Yeah, it'll be a fun time.
in February.
And so I highly recommend you vote every 24 hours like I do. And when you do so, vote for Norman Powell every time. That's what I do.
Hey, Norman is having
Fantastic
We didn't
year.
talk about them much when he was here. He is having a fantastic season. He should win Most Improved Player. He won't because he's 31 years old, but he's having the kind of season that.
Isn't that more of a reason to get to him?
well,
though?
Absolutely.
Like yes, yeah, 100%. Like the 22-year-old player goes from playing 24 minutes to 30 minutes and increases
Right.
their points. Like
Terrible.
yeah, that's what happens.
Do you know the history of that award? It used to be Comeback Player of the Year, and then the leagues changed it because it's during the 80s and stuff. It started going to like drug suspension guys, and they're like, "Well, this is kind of bad PR for the league.
Yeah.
All this is going to a guy who just like got off drugs
Yeah.
every year." So they changed it.
Hey, Rex Chapman got off cocaine. Like
Let's give
let's give
it
him an
to him.
award. It's
So,
like,
so now it's most improved, and usually it just goes to a guy who just got a lot more minutes than he used to. It's,
as opposed to, Norm did get more minutes, but he got more minutes in a role that made more sense.
More
And-
responsibility.
yeah, but he also started shooting the cover.
He
off the
wore a
ball.
T-shirt pregame that said "addition by subtraction" earlier this season, referring to Paul George leaving and him having a great season.
Yeah. Huh?
Fantastic.
Well, he did get up there on media day and be like, "Yeah, no, we're better off."
Yeah,
You
I'm
have
ready.
to respect it. Like Norm's always a guy.
out there. I'm really trying to track down one of those T-shirts they made when he was for the Blazers, where it's a Powell's Books Norm Powell crossover T-shirt.
Oh.
I check eBay. I can't find these things. They only made one run of them.
You
it was
get,
a
you get the
fundraiser.
reminders.
Yeah, I have alerts for the Norm Powell Powell's Bookstore T-shirt. So if anyone has any hot leads, hey Seth Allen, all platforms, DM me. I'll reward you handsomely with a trip to Slim's.
There you
Would that get people free access to Seth and Shane's?
But I didn't say that. I said a trip to Slim's.
What size are we looking for?
Yeah,
We're
if
size
it's-
agnostic.
Right.
If it's an XL, then I'll get you into Jokes and Things for free.
Wow.
But if it's a medium,
I do not remember that shirt. Was there like a
it's
very?
a very tight run.
It wasn't a trailblazing thing.
No, it was Norm. I think he sold them on his website.
Oh, Norm did it himself.
And
Oh, that's
it was
amazing.
to raise money for something.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
so they only did it once, and I was like, that's pretty cool. And I talked myself out of buying it. That's one of the few regrets I have in my life.
You know, we need to do like a pantheon of like Blazers generated merch.
Yes.
because that's definitely up there. Trendon Watford had a like NASCAR-styled Trendon Watford shirt that he made.
Did it say the whole name?
Yeah, the Trendon Watford in the block font with the graphic look of like the Dale Earnhardt. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had
That
one of
sounds
those.
pretty awesome.
Well, look, I had to get one because it was amazing. I
Has
was
that
like,
nickname stuck with him?
Do you want?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was just here with the Nets. He was coming off an injury, but he's doing good.
Wow.
Blazers East doing quite well with T. Watt and Keon Johnson out there. Nurk had his Bosnian Beast line.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What was Myers Leonard's?
He had,
Something with a hammer.
yeah. The Hammer was his nickname.
Yeah.
I feel like it was like a barbell, maybe with hammers or something. It was all about being super jacked.
Which
I had
was.
Yeah.
I had some Myers Leonard merch that I tried to get off the ground on my own fan
Oh,
store.
yours,
where
yeah.
it was a long sleeve T-shirt and it had like blessed. It had like the Myers arm tattoos.
Oh, yeah.
And when you put it on, it looked like you had Myers Leonard's upper body.
Oh, so it was like the T-shirt tuxedo.
How did
but
those
in
not
the-
sell?
I don't know. It got supply chain
Little
issues.
DMCA action, a little cease and desist. Trying to think, there had to be another. I'm missing somebody else's run.
It feels like we're missing a few.
Yeah, there's some more like Blazers generated, not like the guys.
More
shout out
players
guys for
than you
like-
think
Yeah.
have merch of themselves.
their
Well,
own.
If you go to their website, you'll see like a hats and a T-shirt.
There were some guys that tried to do some crypto stuff that turned a little,
Oh.
not Blazers related, but NBA guys that turned a little scammy. So that's probably where that kind of went away.
The Lakers Arena is still named for crypto, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Miami's not FTX anymore though. It's Kaseya
Ah.
Center. I think that's what it is. But yeah, so that's where we're at on tonight's show.
That's where we're at on tonight's show.
Fantastic.
Hey, guess who are an incredibly weird team that I can't really figure out?
And they still can't trade them.
Yeah, a first round pick. Like and
Yeah.
teams are like, no, we don't want him. It's like Warriors probably should have done that. That would have given them another asset to kind of work with. The frustrating thing for Portland, Chauncey Billups was asked post game if Robert Williams is going to play a back-to-back. It would be the first time he played the back-to-back since he's come back from his knee surgery. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but Nikola Vucevic, very large lad. He had a nice little 40-piece last game for the Bulls.
Booch.
Yeah, so if Rob doesn't go and DeAndre Ayton is out and Donovan Clingan is out and Denny Avdia is out, that means Duop Reith is going to play 37 minutes against 7 foot, 270-pound Nick Vucevic, who
Man.
Oof.
that's tough. That's going to be, even for a Bulls team that's not very good, that's a big ask.
We got something fun in the Blazers.
Blazers
No,
box.
this is great. Kaylee sent us
like,
this
oh, no.
sign. Hopefully you can read that on TV. Look at my computer, Seth. Don't look at that. This is bigger. So this is the sign making table at the Moda Center, and all the different nicknames.
Wow.
Scooty McBooty, I guess, is one for Scoot.
Wow.
Scoot McBooty.
Oh man.
Leapin' Simons. What does that mean?
Oh,
Simon says, no, I guarantee Ant hates that because his last name is Simons, not Simon. How dare they?
do you know anything about that?
Now this is a direct insult to me.
Which one? Which one?
It says Kling Kong under Donovan Clingan. You know what it doesn't say?
Block Lobster.
Seth, give it to me straight, buddy.
Yes.
Block Lobster. Trash? Or cash?
We're playing a new game. It's called Trash or Cash.
That's what we
with
do.
Joe
We,
Simons.
we invent video games on the
Cash
spot
or
here.
Trash. Block Lobster.
You know what you really need to do to sell this is you need to get like one of those giant lobster cosplays and really hard
Why is
sell
he?
it.
Why is it lobster?
Because like rock lobster? Rock lobster?
Oh, I thought his dad was like a lobster fisherman or
Oh,
something.
he's from Connecticut.
He's from Connecticut.
which-
His mom played
At
basketball in Maine.
Okay, lobster.
yeah, and he gets blocks.
And he eats blocks. Cash! It's cash! It's cash, everybody. Also, shout out to Basket Ghoul. I just ordered her
Two Mania,
Two Mania sweatshirt. Yeah.
of which Tubani Kamara has one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basketball is one of the tastemakers in the city
There you
right
go.
now.
Inventor of DB Cooper nickname.
DB Hooper.
Yes.
There you go.
Not inventor of DB Cooper, inventor of
No.
DB Hooper.
It would
She-
be a lot
and
cooler-
she
a lot
actually
cooler
was-
if she was.
She
What?
was DB Cooper.
I was just gonna say,
DB
what if
Cooper.
she is DB Cooper?
It totally
and
makes
this is
sense.
how like hide in plain sight, you
Yep.
know, make a nickname directly related to my alias, and that way no one will expect me.
No one will suspect it.
I think it's unbelievable.
Hmm.
Okay, Tyree's gonna be back tomorrow.
Indeed.
You're
I'll be dead.
So sorry to hear that. You seem so vivacious and lively tonight. That's Hey Seth Al on all platforms.
Yeah, please.
You can find him everywhere.
Yeah.
One of the best podcasts. Yeah, I think you're my third favorite North Portland-based podcast right now.
We're top 3 in St. John's. The Washman podcast. Me and Shane Brennan. That's Shane.
That
From
guy.
Portland to Spain. You know the name. It's Shane. Back to you, Joe.
So,
If that's not in his next bit, I'm going to be really disappointed.
can you say the name of the old podcast?
Assville, yeah.
Yeah,
Can we say that?
we get one time we can say
One
it.
time per
Yeah.
one time per clip. Yeah.
That's the rule because I feel like that's what I could defend to my boss.
Okay. All right.
That's literally the name. It's what you do. We can't say it again. It's
Right.
Washtman.
Washman. Also, check out Seth Allen's live comedy extravaganza every last Friday at Gigantic Brewing, the great Gigantic Brewing in Southeast Portland. That's a free show. It's fantastic.
There you go.
One of the longest running shows in all of Southeast Portland.
Very specific.
What is the
Portland.
longest running show? I feel like comedy shows have they're like shooting stars. They burn very bright and then they
Yes.
extinguish.
True.
For unknown reasons.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know the reasons.
Yeah. What are they? Can I?
They're bad, but my shows are not.
Oh, there you go.
Everyone else is bad.
The Gigantic Brewing extravaganza is coming up on our 3-year anniversary. It's
Oh, wow,
fantastic.
that's
yeah.
not
Seems like a long
It's
running show.
unprecedented.
Yeah.
and Seth and Shane's jokes and things have been
Oh.
around for a long time too.
Brand new. This is our second show.
Exciting.
Exciting stuff.
First one was a big success.
Huge, sold out.
A few tickets are still available, or it's getting close to sold
For
out.
this one, low ticket alert
There you
for
go.
the 25th. Low ticket alert.
Babe.
I just love that. Would be fantastic if that's how actually it would sound if you had a ticket alert that was low, just with so much passion behind
Low
it.
ticket alert.
There it is.
Low
there it
ticket
is.
alert.
All right, the Blazers are going to play Chicago again tomorrow. We'll see what's going to happen, and we'll probably be talking about Scoot Henderson again.
Hey, the great news is early tip.
Early tip, and also if the Blazers season was this, we start this tomorrow.
The slide into nothingness. It's all downhill from here.
Maybe some trades. We can at least start talking about trades.
It's a peaked in high school situation.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. Seth Allen,
Oh, it's a pleasure.
unbelievable. What a performance.
Wow, thank you.
We're going to have you back. You
We'll-
proved
we'll-
Allison wrong.
we'll call the bench again.
We love you all so much.
Bye.